University of Napa Valley Class 13, and we're here to talk to you about transportation, a very serious subject. Our group has researched extensively the issue of transportation, and I'm going to read to you probably for the next 15 minutes.
Yay!
And we'll have a little presentation probably at that point. Transportation.
Hang on a minute here. Mr. Flint Feather, I really hate to interrupt you. I really do. But, I'm a tourist. I live in Southern California, and I've been coming up here to the Napa Valley before the Napa Valley was popular. One thing I learned tonight, I read in the paper about this transportation meeting, and I saw these people running around in bunny outfits and flowers. I was starting to get a little worried. But, you need to stop talking about transportation as it is. You need to have some alternatives. When I first started coming up here, I could drive in the downtown area, no problem. Now it's a problem. You got these nice restaurants. I read about this flood control. 500,000 more people. Where am I going to park? It's bad enough now. It takes me 20 minutes to find a place. When I do, this city, they have those little golf carts with orange lights. Well, they've got more revenue out of me from tickets. You wouldn't believe it. I want to know what your plans are, what your vision is.
Excuse me, wait. I want to hire too. I'm an employee here at the Health and Human Services out on Sonoma Road, and I have to come downtown every day, 2 or 3 meetings, and I cannot find a parking space. Not only can I not find a parking space, I get ticketed every day, $20 every day, so that I can go try to do my job. This is not okay. It's just simply not okay with me.
Hey, hold it. Now, I hear from the tourists. We hear from the nice business lady over there. Thank you all very much. But I want you to know, as a senior citizen, why, gosh, I just turned 56 yesterday. I guess that qualifies me as a senior citizen. At least I'm well on the way. But the fact is, I want to hear from you guys what kind of programs you have out there for people like me, old folks who are out there riding, really enjoying riding and getting a lot of exercise. But it'd be nice to be able to ride down to a park here in Napa or across town, or maybe a few years from now when that Center for Wine, Food, and the Arts, it'd be wonderful to ride across the park. Maybe I could take some of my friends, my seniors, who I'm going to be a real senior citizen by that time, and that'd be wonderful. Let's hear some programs.
Well, I don't mean to step on your toes there, Mr.
Well, you did.
Citizen, but I'm doing business here in Napa. I'm trying to get sales contracts taken care of. I've got a list of complaints here. I've got meetings I've got to go to, lunches. I've got parking garages I can't even park in because they're full. There's traffic congestion downtown. I want to see some alternatives from you people.
Well, I think I'm going to have to diverge from my 15-minute speech. Let me see if I can come up with a couple of suggestions for the group. I always like to respond to the public in the best way we can. Folks for folks, that's us. We've heard some of the problems that the community had to put in front of us. Now I think our group would like to offer you some of the suggestions that we've come up with.
Some of the motivating factors that we looked at, circling the block and seeking a downtown parking. This is going to be more of a problem with the coming attractions such as the American Center, the Hat Building, and the Opera House. It's going to bring a lot more people to downtown. And another thing, with the increased cost and everything today, bicycles, like everything else, are approaching almost unattainable for people to buy for lower income.
Before we continue with the rest of our presentation, Bill and I want to present a very short little version of the first meetings of the transportation group.
Have a seat.
But even though there's just the two of us up here, remember, all 6 of us were fully involved in this project.
Oh,
It's wine.
that's right. Oh, let's have
Would
some
you,
wine.
I don't mind if I do, also. All right, sounds like a great idea. A lot of people downtown could use a bike to get around town. I think maybe we should start with, say, 50 bikes. You want to go out and go downtown and the bike shop and buy about 50 bikes?
Well, Gene, you know, I think that's a terrific idea. In fact, I'll sip to that. But, you know, the thing is, where are we going to get the money for these bikes?
Oh, that's right. Well, what about we go to some businesses in town? They have lots of money. We'll ask them for some money.
Sounds like a good idea, but, you know, what are we going to tell them to convince them to support us?
Our beautiful faces? Or,
Might work.
well, as I start thinking about this whole project, this helps too, but maybe we need to do some research. Maybe some other communities have done this. We could find out about it, see how they did it.
I like that, and, you know, the more I think about it, I think I'm going to go on the internet and find out what's out there. I think there's a lot. Maybe I'll just type in the word bike and see what happens.
I'll do the same.
Great. Can I have some more wine, Gene?
It's next week, so we get another glassful.
Great.
You know, it's 1 week later. I got quite a bit of information, you know, during my research, but I have so many leads. I think we need some help. I think we need to maybe each take a couple of leads and go out and follow those up and see what we come up with.
Sounds good to me. Go. Had a lot more wine lately. Well, you know, I'm glad to tell you that I tried to telephone for information. I really couldn't get through. So I used some email addresses that I found, and I really got a lot of info.
Great. I phoned some of the sources, and I got a lot of information from them.
There's
So
that.
let's drink to that.
Here's the success. That's great.
Well, thank you, Bill, for helping out with our little kind of how our group processed all the information.
Thank you, Gene. It was a pleasure.
And we're going to finish the rest of our project now.
Okay.
Well, during our research, we did find that a lot of communities have what they call a community bike program. The 5 cities you're going to see up here stand out as having offered their citizens a program like this. If you can see the board, some of them are called a free access system, and some are called a library model or system. The free access bike community bike program is where you take a serviceable bicycle, set it in the downtown area, and anyone can pick it up and use it for the day, free of charge. The library model system is where you check out a bicycle sort of like you would check out a library book. So all of these 5 communities that we researched have either one or both of these programs, and most of them have been successful. Our group thinks that a bicycle program like this for Napa would be very beneficial for the city.
And I'm going to step through the benefits of our community. We'll begin with accessibility and affordable transportation, and also that it's environmentally sound, less noise, less air pollution, and it also promotes exercise, health, and well-being. It creates job opportunities for our youth. Our plan includes our youth wanting to do repair on the bikes. It also recycles the bikes because we intend to get people to donate bikes to us, and reduces the landfill of old bikes. It's also less damaging to our road infrastructure because it's not the heavy autos and trucks on it. And it's also, let us not forget that it's fun to ride bikes. I mean, for me, that's pretty good. I want to talk about who will use the community bike program. First and foremost, of course, our tourists, students, teens, kids, and people who just want to do it for convenience and fun, such as the business lady who needs it for convenience. For people who don't have bikes, also for our people in our shelters, and in addition, our health-conscious people, so the form of exercise, transit users, instead of using the bike or bus, low-income communities, our seniors, and don't forget our corporate folks, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Some of the rules for success are, research has shown that well-organized programs with accountability means less bike theft and damage. You need to have defined physical boundaries which protect the program and promotes community ownership. Most of the programs were run by nonprofits or volunteers because of the liability issue, not having deep pockets. And what we found is that the people that are involved in these types of programs really have a passion for what they do. They love to talk about it. They were very willing to give us the information, and that seems to be the key. Is those types of volunteers are essential to success.
A few of our recommendations for a Napa model after our research on a national and international level, we've concluded that a library system would be the best for Napa and its community bike program. Unlike the free bikes, as Gene told you, they're available for either a nominal deposit for use of the bike for the day or a sweat equity in order to get people involved in the program. In a library system, an ID and signed liability waiver are needed, and that would enable a member or a tourist or anybody that comes in is interested in a bicycle to use that bike for a duration of time. The key to the library system is to have various hubs in crucial places where there's traffic congestion or parking problems, such as local businesses, repair shops, bus stops, schools, you name it, especially at the parking garages where people could maybe park and then use the bikes. And another thing that we also recommend is limited usage to a downtown area from Lincoln to Imola, north and south, and Sausville to California, east and west. And also, our program recommends to expand and to continue on a corporate bike fleet program, which Jim will tell you a little bit about.
Let's talk about a corporate bike fleet. First of all, a corporate bike fleet is basically where a business decides that it will use bicycles instead of cars, and it would purchase bicycles for its business in a very similar way it would purchase business vehicles. The first thing we had to do was identify a business. The business we identified was Napa County Health and Human Services. We explored the risk management personnel issues involved. We have accomplished that. County risk manager and personnel have gone off on this corporate bike fleet. We did a study of the business involved. We surveyed 350 staff, asked them would they use it, if they would use it, how often they would use it, what kind of bikes they prefer, where would they like the bike station. We've identified funding for that bicycle program, and we have just begun the purchase of the bicycles. The sheriff has agreed to give us 3 of their bicycles, and we are purchasing 3 more bicycles. We'll have different styles. One would be a mountain style bike, the other is a cruiser style bike. They'll be set up so people can take their briefcases with them. They'll be set up with lights and locks, and they'll also be set up with helmets, and we're going to distribute them. We have 3 basic centers that we operate out of downtown Napa, so we'll spread the bicycles around those programs. And we should be implementing that program in about 2 months.
We also found that one of the keys for the milestones for a community bike program were these. First of all, thanks to the internet largely, we were able to literally worldwide research and recommend a model, which is what we've done. And speaking about the research part, again, thanks to the magic of the World Wide Web, our visits took us to Copenhagen, especially to Toronto. A number of cities in Canada responded with overwhelming willingness to help us and guide us for their project. Many of these cities already had projects in place of varying success degrees, and so we got a lot of information from these people literally throughout the world and throughout the United States. Through that, we found also that it's essential to build community interest and support, and that is certainly what we're about here tonight. This is our first effort to do that, but let's make no mistake about it, it certainly won't be our last. We also found in talking to all of these people that creating a volunteer effort in running this program is absolutely essential, especially with the hubs and all of the other parts to make it unique. Also locating storage and repair services, obviously with all these bicycles and the needs to maintain them was a critical need. Certainly establishing initial funding is going to be a unique challenge, and finally locating the downtown hubs to make it work.
So picture this in the year 2017. A simple, non-polluting means of transportation. Transportation that brings a sense of well-being and physical health. A method of commuting that is affordable and available to everyone.
As a tourist, I can ride my bike from the American Center to downtown without any problem.
And as a local businesswoman, I can find a place to put my bike to go to my meetings and not be late.
And as a senior citizen, I'm finally going to be able to ride to that American Center for Wine, Food, and the Arts.
And as a businessman in Tampa, I'm going to be able to get to my meetings and go to my business lunches without the fear of congestion and parking problems.
It's folks for folks.
All right.